Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Another week, another episode. If you guys haven't read the title, this week we are going to be drawing the Dark Knight himself. All right. Um, if you guys haven't seen this, it's actually one of my favorite versions of Batman. It's Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. If you guys aren't familiar, this is actually kind of what Batman versus Superman was kind of a little based off of. So anyway, I'm gonna start getting into it, and I'll get a little more into the story. It's a very fantastic story, guys. If you haven't read it, I will say if you, I'm gonna be talking about this a lot. So spoiler alert. If you guys aren't familiar with the comic book, or even the cartoon, if you guys haven't seen, it's actually been made into a cartoon already. So without further ado, I'm gonna get started. So I'm just gonna be doing a cool pose, Batman. Just I'm not gonna be doing beating up Superman. I'm sorry, guys, I can't do it. But I'm just gonna do a little bit of. I'm gonna show you guys. I found a really interesting pose I wanted to get into. So I'm gonna be drawing his head. So always start with the head, guys, on the bottom, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a twisting body. So let's shrink this down. So because his body's facing this way, he's gonna come down swinging. I'm gonna do a little bit of a swinging pose. So body's gonna come down this way. So this would be like the top of his body. You can see his neck. So I'll draw a little. He's got a little protector for his neck. If you guys haven't seen this, so this comic book, I'll explain in a minute. Let me get the pose in. So I'm gonna do a pose here, and his torso is gonna be twisting. So he's swinging his arm. So I got his arm down here. So he's throwing a punch. And this is a typical. And if you guys can use this pose for anything, I recommend, kind of getting your familiar with twisting the body to do a little action pose. And I'm gonna be doing this off screen. Some stuff's gonna be coming off screen, guys. So I'm just gonna make this big enough to. There we go. So I'm gonna do something like this, and we're not gonna see the whole figure. So we're gonna see some body parts disappear, and I'll show you what I'm talking about because this is a good example, guys. If you're doing a cartoon or if you're doing a comic book, you want to do a little shoulder pad. You got to get used to trying to figure out how to fit, not fit too much, because you don't want to fit the character too much in a box that it's not going to fit in, guys. And what I mean by that is that you don't want to cram it into, like, let's say you guys have a panel this big, right? Like at the paper, you don't want to have to worry about fitting the figure in. You want to imagine the figure, outside the box a little, but this is your, constraint. So that's why I don't worry too much, because when you're drawing a comic book, guys, it doesn't look right if you're always trying to draw it uh, to fit in each square. Yeah. So it's always that's best route to go. So always get used to drawing over things, guys. So right here, his leg's gonna disappear, getting a little smaller because from this angle, this leg will be bigger from this angle. So, but I'm gonna bring the fist down because the fist is gonna come right at you. And if you guys, I studied this from Freddie Williams. He always does great poses like this where the character. See, if you notice, I'm drawing through the character, but it's okay. I mean, as long as you just don't lose track of of your figure, so to speak. But I'm gonna fit this in a little bit because I'm just gonna have his arm kind of go off, and it kind of saves you having to draw the whole figure. So it's kind of cheating in a way. So let's get his little Batman. If you guys aren't familiar, so in this comic book, guys, I'll give you a brief description. It's a couple years into Gotham. I haven't read it in a while, but I believe the premise is that Batman and somehow Batman's retired. In a way, it's Bruce Wayne when he's much older. So it is kind of similar to, because in Batman v Superman, we did kind of get like an older, Bruce Wayne. And which, guys, Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. I'm sorry, guys. Next to Michael Keaton. I mean, Michael Keaton will always be number one, but Ben Affleck. And I do like all the Batmans. Don't get me wrong. It's just I really like the grittiness of Ben Affleck, and it's sad we'll never get to see it again. But and plus I'm kind of a Ben Affleck fan, guys. So anyway, but um, it's kind of the same premise, guys. A little older. Obviously, he's been retired for years, and Joker was in kind of a catatonic state. Let's get his nose in. So his mouth. Get a couple of teeth in there, kind of gritting. Alright, guys, light on the teeth. You don't want a full grimace, It is. Oop. And this isn't from Batman v Superman, guys. The suit's a little different from the comic, so remember, guys, his head's turned a little, so this eye will be a little bit bigger than that one. So just get his eyes in. I like the way that. I'll draw him like he's menacing. Just taking a swing at Superman with his suit, so. Get some cape going, cape action going. But yeah, anyway, the basis is that Batman is basically, I think he was outlawed or something like that, and Superman was appointed like kind of a good old boy, so he's kind of, you know, appointed like as a working for the government, some kind of thing. So he kind of, in a way, he kind of sold out while Batman or Bruce Wayne kind of retired. But then what happens is like crime starts to take over, and then Batman recruits, you know, he starts to come back and recruits a new Robin, a young girl, I believe. She's pretty cool. I forgot her name, but anyway, and the Joker was in a kind of catatonic state, and then finally, once it was revealed to him that Batman returned, he came back. So basically, it just, you know, shows how Joker was like Batman was his purpose in life. So once Batman was gone, he had nothing. So he starts coming back, and then what happens is this, and I swear to God, you know, it's always Bruce who gets in trouble with these things. So what happens is that he kills the Joker when he come back. You know, he's to stop because Batman's like, I've had enough, and he's like, basically, you know, all the people I've murdered by letting you live. And he finally does it. He basically kills Joker, and then that's when the government's like, oh my God, Batman's so bad. Jeez Louise, I swear to Jesus, it's like, can't get a break. But Bruce Wayne's, of course, you know, Superman is sent in because he's wanted. And then that's when Batman decides to fight him with the suit. And basically, like, he wanted to show that he can beat Superman. So he's, even in the comic, he's like, I want you to remember the one man who beat you. And of course, he had to use kryptonite, you know, but, you know, it's still. I'm told you I'm going to spoil a lot of the things, so guys, so don't be shocked. But that was the point, because he didn't kill Superman, but he wanted to show him the, like, hey, to leave me alone, to stay out of my way. So that's what he says. So he builds a suit and has all kinds of gadgets to stop him, and then eventually he hits him with the kryptonite to show that he can, you know. But they have a mutual respect. I mean, then of course Batman fakes his death and goes underground to keep doing what he's doing. So yeah, but Clark always kind of respected. Oh wait, like this mouth is coming. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, I forgot that his chin. Had a little bit of a chin, guys, because Bruce Wayne, this is older. Had a little bit of a. Go. Okay, let's just remember, guys, just a quick drawing. Let's see where we're at. And we're gonna save this real quick. Whoops. Bandmat armor. Okay. And let's get our trusty ink pen. I always wish I had more time to do this, guys. So much fun. But so much detail I could be doing. But time, unfortunately, is not of my friend on this show. But I appreciate any of you guys who tunes in to watch my show, guys. I really do. You know, I do answer questions and any things you guys need help with or any ideas, shout them out. Don't be shy. Give Sleepless Illustrator a try. So, but anyway, it's a great story, guys. I love the story, and guys in here. I think that was either Peanut or Poe. Come on, guys, filming a video here. Sorry, guys, that's my next door neighbor's dog. It's two huskies. They're my security. Peanut and Poe. Kind of a. I'm dying to get a cat, guys. I've been like, I swear to God, I've been seeing cats everywhere, and I see these videos on TikTok and stuff like that. People finding cats. I'm like, how come I don't ever find kitties? I get a cat named Mr. Floof Floof. But let's get his eyes in. Please, guys, I appreciate anyone who. I love cats, guys, but please, I can't really get a cat right now. That's why I try not to tell people. Maybe we'll draw some cats here. I don't know. Little teeth in. Get some little. Always try to get a little bit of the little U shape going. It's a little more complicated. There's a little bit more details in it, but we're just gonna get the basis of it. But anyway, I mean, it's a great story, guys, and I recommend it. His little neckline. He has like a suit that kind of keeps him. It does everything in Superman. He can fly, he can fight, do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I want you guys to get used to doing the shapes and twisting the body. That's why I like this pose, because he's kind of spinning around. Because even though the thing is, the number one rule, guys, of anatomy, well, when you're drawing anatomy, is to keep it within the limits. But we're comic book artists, so we break the limits. So even though his body is turned this way, like naturally, you know, but it's no fun to look at a body that's straightforward, guys. I mean, if you ever see a comic book, guys, it's never straightforward. You know, the body's twisting this way, and even then, you know, Todd McFarlane, you know, started the whole thing, but you know, he only improved it a little. But we were already drawing, you know, superheroes, and you know, the thing is, guys, that muscular. If you look at like strongmen back then, you know, they weren't like muscular back then. It used to be just like a big guy. Like if you ever looked at the circus guys, look at photos of old circus, you know, like Ringling Brothers and stuff, because they weren't like, they had like strongmen, but they weren't like defined and toned and, you know, abs and stuff like that, because that wasn't considered strong back then. You know, even bodybuilders, you know, just things have changed. So I recommend, when it comes to anatomy, it just depends on where you're going for. You know, I've studied anatomy, and like, and I've studied it from, you know, it's really just depends on the modern age of comic books or the golden age, wherever you want to lie, guys. I personally like a little bit of muscles, but I draw superheroes that are like soldiers, so a lot of them have gears. So I kind of like a mixture. You know, that's why I like Punisher and characters like that, and Deathstroke. Study those characters, guys. Let's get his arms in. Got a little bit of armor going here, and he has these tubing. His arms, like these gloves, these gauntlets that like have Superman's punch to it. Draw them thick. You can get a little thick lines in this. Some crazy going on here. Let's just get crazy. You know, I mean, this is Batman. Keep it circular, because the arm is a little bit foreshortened. So keep it cylinders. Get some knuckle action going. And you can use the thickness of these lines, guys, to create the shapes that you want, so it doesn't have to be completely detailed. So you utilize the shadows, like, you know, see how I create these extra, because if you notice how like the shapes and everything, they all have these all kinds of stuff going on with armor, guys. That's why I chose this version, because if I drew the Ben Affleck version, it would have been too detailed. So, but see how I'm creating these tubings with the thumbs and all that. So the shadows, you can easily you know, if you're short of time, like little old me. There we go. A little stuff going. And we're just trying to get and I say the same thing with the wrinkles and clothes. You know, it's kind of get a little. Always utilize the black and whites, guys. Got a little bat signal here. The Batman. Where are you? Oh, put in the comments, guys. Let me know your favorite Batman. Are you guys excited for whatever's to come? I mean, I know we haven't. I like the Penguin show. I've been watching it with my dad a couple times because he has HBO Max, but even my dad likes it, and it's actually a good show for people. You know, it's kind of a gangsta show, and Colin Farrell freaking kills it. I swear. You know, but yeah, little leg action going. He's got a little protection going, and he has like a little tube thing, right, or a square thing where he uses this for electricity. So don't forget your shapes, guys. So this is a rectangular shape. So belt in. I guess this is where he buttons up. We get some button action going. You see how I'm creating, like, you can create light and utilize the light and darkness on each object, guys, you know? So instead of drawing full circles, you know, that way it looks more, you know, like it's hitting the light, so to speak. Exactly. We're almost there, guys. Yeah, a little. And we'll just have this big old shoulder thing coming out. Have the arm disappear like that. Just kind of fade it out a little when it comes to. There you go. You don't have to draw the whole thing in there, so. Alright, let's get some shadow action going, and then we're done. Chores are done. You know, guys, rhymes with chores? More chores. I'm just kidding. This isn't a chore. I wish I had more time. But don't worry, guys. I'm planning on doing more streaming. I know I've been promising that for a long time, but I'm still waiting to build my audience. So otherwise, it'll just be you and me and a few other people streaming. So this is Batman. Some shadows going. Don't forget to be so afraid to skip on the shadows, guys. There's dark shadows everywhere you can think of where you can put it. So I'm just kind of using these thick lines. Keep it thick, guys. That. I guess I can get. Put some here. This is a perfect spot for some cylinder action right here. Cross action going. That's it, right, guys? Cross action. This video's gonna be a little bit longer, but that's alright, guys. You know you love it. Watch it. I could watch me all day. Just kidding, guys. On the armor. Go. Battle damage. Remember, guys, this is just more of a cartoon style. Don't be afraid. Always get these details down first. Details. You know, before you start on the big stuff. Because this is how I started to draw as a kid, guys. You know, it's just stuff like this, and you know, elevated. So if you can't even draw a little like a some people think they oh, I can draw this way. You know, they can't even draw as good as a 2-year-old. A 2-year-old can draw a little bit better than them. They never picked up the basics. You know, either the anatomy doesn't look right, or. And I'm not saying, guys. Let me tell you, I'm not saying you guys have to be like perfect when it comes to anatomy or something. It depends on how you draw. But if you want to be the best, if you want to have the best one imaginable, you know, detail, because people pay attention to that stuff, guys. People, you know, look at the details and they look. It's fine. And they notice, you know, certain things that just make your drawing better. That's all. Everyone's style is different, but that doesn't mean, you know, you shouldn't, you know, we study certain styles and certain things because we want to know where we come from, but that's okay. Get the You have to draw the cape too dark, guys. Just, you know, kind of indicate that the cape's there. You can leave a little. I'm gonna darken this a little. You always want to leave a little on the cape, guys, because this is where the light would shine on the cape. So almost taking a swing. I want to get the leg in a little. Let it disappear, guys. Indicate that the indication of a leg. Go. Okay. Little shadows on here. Armor. I think that'll about do her. And you can always go back with the whiteout, guys. Just capture the white. Use alternate, capture the white, and then you can, you know, always go back or just, you know, erase. So, but this, get the eye in a little. That's how we roll in the Shire. Oh, yeah, that's my finger hitting the big old fingers. Okay. Got a little underneath the chin here. There we go. Eye up. There we go, guys. I think I have our. And there we go, guys. There's our Dark Knight. The first time drawing him. It's about time, I tell you. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. 2025. Don't forget the 5, guys. Not in 24 anymore, thank the Lord. And there we go. There's the Dark Knight, the Caped Crusader himself, guys. So, sorry this video went a little longer, but I wanted to do a little bit more details than I should. So, there we go. Taking a swing at old Superman. So, I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to go ahead and call this quits for today. And, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. And I hope you guys subscribe and share the video. Don't forget. And tell all your friends who I am. And, yeah, let's keep growing this channel, guys. You know, day by day, slowly but surely. But anyway, guys, and I really appreciate you guys watching, still watching me this year. And, yeah, more to come. So enjoy your day, enjoy your week, and I'll see you next week. Later, Gators. Don't forget, always be kind to yourself, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself.